guys, welcome back. So what we're looking at today is 14.4 measurement data. So how can we use measurement data represented in a line plot to solve problems? Bruce measured the daily rainfall while working in Costa Rica. How can we use the line plot to determine the total rainfall for the month? So this is showing the inches it rained and the frequency of those inches. So we can take and multiply each data value by the frequency to find the amount of rain for that value. Then you can add all the products to find the total amount of rain for the month. So we can take and multiply these things. So we have our 5 times 1/4. So 5 times 1 is 5/4. We have 12 times 3/8. 12 times 3 is 36. So this is 36/8. We have 5 times 1/2. So that's 5/2. We have 5 times 5/8, which is 25/8. Then we have 3 times 3/4, which is 9/4. Now you may notice they don't all have common denominators, but we can add the ones that do have a common denominator together to make fewer values that we have to take and deal with. So we've got our 5/4 plus our 9/4. 5 plus 9 is going to give us 14/4, which we can reduce down. That reduces, divide them both by 2 to 7/2. Then we have our eighths. So we have 36/8 plus 25/8, which is going to give us 36 plus 25 is going to give us 61/8. Now we can't reduce that down at all. And then we have our 5/2. So we have plus 5/2. Add these together. So 7 plus 5 is going to give us 12. So 12/2. And the beautiful thing here is 12/2 is just 6. So now we convert our 61/8, which is 7. 7 times 8 is 56. 61 minus 56 is 5. So 7 and 5/8 plus 6. Add the whole numbers. 7 plus 6 is 13. So we end up with 13 and 5/8. So sometimes just doing portions, so adding the ones that we could add together to get this 14/4, which reduces down to 7/2, and then adding that 5/2 we already had, ended up getting us a nice whole number in the end. Now that won't always happen, but in this case it did happen, which made trying to add these together so much easier. If we would have converted all of these to having a common denominator of 8, it would have been a lot of work and a lot of multiplying. This made it a little bit easier, not having to convert everything. So the total rainfall was 13 and 5/8 inches. All right, Bella's experiment showed how many grams of salt were left after containers of various liquids evaporated. The results are shown in the line plot. So I'm going to draw out this line plot. So give me just a moment. This is our line plot for this. So it's amount of salt and the grams are at the bottom. So we've got a lot of them for 1 1/4. We've got 4 1/4, 6 1/2, and 7. So if we make a frequency table to show the data in the line plot, our frequency table, we're going to have 1 1/4. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. And then for 4 1/4, there were 2. For 6 1/2, there were 3. And for 7, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now, how many total grams of salt were left? Well, we have to add all of these together. We have to multiply and then add all of these together. So we're going to do 1 1/4 times 7. So 1 1/4 times 7 plus 4 1/4 times 2 plus 6 1/2 times 3 plus 7 times 5. So 1 1/4 is the same thing as 5/4 times 7. 5 times 7 is 35, so this is 35/4 plus, this is 4 times 4 is 16, plus 1 is 17, so we have 17/4 times 2. 17 times 2 is 34, so this is 34/4 plus 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13 halves times 3. 13 times 3 is 39, so it's 39 halves. Plus 7 times 5 is 35. So now we're going to add the 35, or we'll simplify this here. 34/4 is the same thing. We divide them both by 2. 34 divided by 2 is going to give us 17. So this is 17 halves. So 39 plus 17 is 56. So if we add these two together, we get 56 halves, which we can take and simplify. So 56 divided by 2 is 28. So this is 28 plus 35, which gives us 63, plus our 35/4, which 4 can go into 35. Let's see, it can't go in 9 times, so 8 times, with 3 left over, so 8 3/4 plus our 63. So 63 plus 8 is 71, so 71 3/4 grams is how much is left over. So these involve a lot of steps. We have to take and multiply, then we have to take and add, and that involves having to have common denominators and then simplifying these things down to find that actual nice set of data there. So data is your key word for this lesson, data. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a great day. Bye, guys.